Ela woke up. She listened. Everything was quiet. There were no birds singing. The trees did not rustle. Even the wind was still. "Mama!" Ela called. "Why is it so quiet?" Her mother smiled. "Perhaps the sounds are playing hide and seek. Maybe they are waiting for someone to find them." Ela's eyes widened. "Do you think I could find them?" "Perhaps," her mother chuckled. "Adventure awaits for those who listen closely." Ela, filled with a sense of wonder, decided to embark on a quest. She was determined to bring back the missing sounds. Ela skipped out of her house. The world felt strange without the usual sounds. Where could they have gone? She went to the village well. It was a place where sounds usually echoed. "Hello, sounds!" Ela shouted into the well. Her voice bounced back. "Hello, sounds!" But there were no other sounds. Ela felt a little sad. Where could the sounds be hiding? Ela decided to seek help from the wisest person she knew. Ela ran towards the edge of the village. This is where the wise old man lived. He knew many things. Maybe he could help her find the sounds. Wise man," Ela called, gently knocking on his door. "The sounds are gone, and I want to find them." The wise old man smiled. "Ah, little one, sounds often hide when we forget to listen." He tapped his ear. "Close your eyes and listen with your heart. The sounds will lead you." Ela closed her eyes. She listened with all her might. She heard something. It was faint, but it was there. It sounded like the wind. Ela opened her eyes. She thanked the wise old man and rushed out. She followed the whisper of the wind. It led her out of the village and towards the hills. As she walked, she realized something. It wasn't completely silent. She could hear her own footsteps. She could hear the rustle of leaves as she brushed past them. Maybe the wise man was right. Maybe she just needed to listen more carefully. The wind led Ela up a winding path. It led her to the top of a hill. From there, she could see the whole village. She closed her eyes again. The wind whispered secrets in her ear. It told her about faraway lands and exciting adventures. Ela listened to the wind's stories. She felt happy. She was starting to hear the world again. The wind carried Ela down the hill. It led her to a sparkling river. The river rushed over rocks and stones, creating a beautiful melody. Ela sat by the riverbank and closed her eyes. She clapped her hands to the rhythm of the water. The river's song was calming and peaceful. Ela felt a sense of tranquility wash over her. As Ela continued her journey, the wind guided her to a meadow filled with wildflowers. Bees buzzed lazily among the blossoms. Ela lay down in the soft grass. She listened to the bees buzzing. She heard the chirping of crickets and the rustling of small animals. The meadow was a symphony of sounds. Ela realized that even the smallest creatures made beautiful music. As the sun began to set, Ela returned home. She was tired but happy. She had found the sounds again. But the next morning, Ela woke up to silence. Once again, the birds weren't singing, and the wind was quiet. At first, Ela felt a little sad, but then she remembered what she had learned. She closed her eyes and listened. She heard the soft creaking of her house. She heard the ticking of the clock downstairs. She even heard the beating of her own heart. Ela realized that the world was never truly silent. There were always sounds to be heard if she listened carefully. She had learned that silence wasn't something to fear. It was a chance to appreciate the quieter sounds, the sounds she often missed. From that day on, Ela cherished both sound and silence. She knew that they both had their own special beauty. And she knew that the world was full of wonderful things to hear, if only she took the time to listen.